Just act like you can see. Just act like you can see.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking in. I would shamelessly ask for a comment, a liking, and subscribe, and the bell hitting of the shareage. That helps me out, helps the algorithm of this channel. Let's talk about Fani Willis and some of the controversy that she currently is in. And I've got, 4 articles that I'm going to make quick. And I'll go through the headlines so you can stick around. But one of them is, of course, we got what's happened with Harrison Floyd and Fani Willis. And now Fani Willis has made another illegal phone call. Of course, the first one being the one that she illegally recorded with Donald Trump calling Brad Raffensperger to find the votes. That he didn't mean it like what they're trying to do. They chopped the phone call up, then produced it to mainstream media to make a narrative so they could make some BS charges under RICO kind of thing, and the judges dismissed a lot of that. So what's going on with Fani Willis gets really crazy. But long story short, she illegally recorded a phone call with the president in a 2-party state. She edited the phone call to create a narrative so that she could make indictments to arrest Donald Trump on that didn't even really, none of this was even in context. So she's recorded this other feller, Harrison Floyd, who is a defendant in this case, that because he was a supporter of Trump and he was working to help get Trump elected and also to try to expose what happened in our 2020 elections. Now I've got this crazy Sheila Lee Jackson. she talks about the moon. And I mean, yeah, we all got some weird conspiracy thoughts about space and the moon and what it actually consists of. But, she's just, I believe she takes the cake, guys. And then I've got some stuff about Tiffany Henyard and her, Tiffany Henyard is this Dalton County mayor who's done some crazy stuff too and has embezzled a lot of money allegedly. But she's also done some crazy stuff too so far as like what she's done as far as having people work for her. And one of them is you won't believe it, but I'll have to find it. I've got it. We'll get to this real quick. Let's get Harrison Floyd out of the way. All right, Harrison Floyd catches Fani Willis in a new crime, gives her until Monday afternoon to recuse herself, which is next week, or face fine or charges. There's all kind of stuff. So Harrison Floyd, a former leader of Black Voices for Trump and a defendant for Fani Willis, the only black guy to be arrested and put under, well, not only one to be arrested, he got arrested, but he was the only one that actually got jail. They put in jail. The other, everybody else got to sign their own bond. It's already widely known that Willis committed perjury when lying about what's happening with her, Nathan Wade. Nathan Wade being a piece of trash. He left his wife high and dry. She was, there's a lot behind the whole thing, but he did his wife really wrong, and now he won't even financially help her out. She's got a bunch of doctor stuff, and she got kids and all this and everything, crazy stuff. And so what Fani Willis has done is she's recorded a phone call with Harrison Floyd and his attorney illegally without a warrant in a 2-party state, which is another. She's good at that, apparently. And so now this is where Harrison Floyd actually has some leverage in his case. So that's going to be very interesting. And it says here that that Harrison Floyd has caught Fani Willis in another criminal act. Floyd alleged Willis illegally recorded the telephone call with Floyd's attorney, between Harrison Floyd, and an unrelated criminal case in Maryland, which is, obviously, it's another big no-no because it's not even related to the case that she's dealing with right now. But she's trying to find leverage against this dude is what it is. But Maryland is a 2-party state, meaning both parties in an electronic discussion must give their permission to record the conversation. Harrison Floyd pointed out last week that in his threat to Fani Willis, Harrison wrote, "I do not want to put a black woman in jail." But if Fani Willis does not recuse herself from the case by noon Monday, I may have no other choice than to pursue all lawful remedies. And by the way, he's got a heck of a war chest when it comes to money because people have donated to his Give, Send, Go. And that's been real helpful. It's enabled him to have a really nice legal leverage. Floyd included a copy of the state wiretap law that shows Maryland is a 2-party state. Breaking the law could result up to 5 years in prison or $10,000 fine or both. And so now mainstream media is actually having to touch on this. You can actually see articles that are like, oh, crap. It's just not getting any better. But so we're going to see what happens. Last week, Harrison Floyd talked to his attorney. He hasn't decided. I guess This came out Monday, and so I'm reading about this now, which is a day late. But I just figured I'd get that out. Now I want to show you what's up with. This is crazy. Sheila Lee Jackson, confused about the moon. She does. This is no joke. She says says explains the moon's weak atmosphere and its lack of liquid water cannot support life as we know it. I tell you what. Here you go. Just she says it like no other.
Provide unique light and energy so that you have the energy of the moon at night. And sometimes you've heard the word full moon. And sometimes you need to take the opportunity just to come out and see a full moon is that complete rounded circle, which is made up mostly of gases.
She thinks she thinks
which is made up mostly of gases. And that's why the question is why or how could we as humans live on the moon? Are the gases such that we could do that? The sun is a mighty powerful heat that is almost impossible to go near the sun. The moon is more manageable, and you will see in a moment, or not a moment, you'll see in a couple of years that NASA is going back to the moon.
I think she's had a stroke. I think that the COVID jabs may have taken full effect. The sun is hot. Makes it hard to go there. I think she's got the moon and the sun crossed up. I really do. I think that she got her paperwork that she was supposed to be reading from because she's got a bachelor's degree. Like, what is it? Jackson Lee holds it forever to embrace. Where is it at? These people. She has no business telling anybody anything. Look at this. How do glasses work? how do my glasses work? She's just gonna look up at the moon. She can't even get her glasses on. You've got to be kidding me. This woman is in Congress. This woman is in Congress. Nobody's gonna help her? Can somebody please get this woman's glasses on? What the hell? Just this. What?
Just act like you can see.
What?
Just act like you can see.
You've got to be kidding me. You have got to. I am fully taken back. It's just what a train wreck. We need to see, I want to see more footage of this woman do stuff. Like, we see so much of Biden. That was way better. I think Biden could do a better job than that. I think Biden could definitely do a whole lot better than that. Mayor Lori Lightfoot has been hired to investigate the worst mayor in history. So got the worst mayor in history investigating the worst mayor in history and making $400 an hour to investigate this woman. But so by the way, this was all approved by the Treasury people. It appears she is the board officially asked Lightfoot to figure out what is happening in Vegas. Dalton Board, a trustee member of Brittany Norwood, put it, will Lightfoot do any better than the highly political FBI, or what will happen in Vegas stay in Vegas? Oh, yeah, this is totally going to be covered up. Henyard is already under an FBI investigation for abuse in her power, and after she shut down a business that didn't donate to her campaign. She's been known to do that to several businesses. And she fired a police chief who was like, wait a minute, you can't do this with all my police officers. She was taking all the police officers and using them to protect her and using taxpayer money to fund these people overtime so that they could just sit around and watch and look after her all day and all night to make sure nobody come after her. And last month, the corrupt mayor even vetoed an investigation in the Dalton Board of Trustees and voted unanimously to probe Henyard's spending and to invite the FBI to investigate her scandalous activity. Watch this video right quick. Check this out.
Stop creating chaos.
Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard at the helm of the village's first packed meeting since Dalton trustees passed a resolution last month requiring her to turn over the village's financial records and asking the FBI to investigate her alleged misuse of village funds. The mayor admits to a $2 million deficit, but trustees say it's millions more. Monday night, the mayor vetoed their resolution.
The veto message is related to the secret squirrel meetings, yes, that the Board of Trustees have.
The trustees vowed to override her veto. One of them, Kiana Belcher, sitting at the meeting with her portrait because she says it was removed from the wall of Village Hall.
And this is just a process to drag it along, but everybody sees what's going on.
The village, under Henyard's leadership, is cracking down on access, pushing media at tonight's meeting to the very back of the room, almost out of sight of public comment from residents. But their voices were loud and clear.
You lied to us as residents. You do not stand for me. And I want you to step down as mayor today and save our village from this deficit that you have caused.
The mayor can blame everybody for what's going on, but she has to look at herself. Nobody told her to get on TV and lie like that.
Everybody cares about the person that's making a mess.
Henyard placing the blame elsewhere.
But only judge when you got both sides of the story, not one-sided narratives, which is negative narratives in the media.
Yeah, and this right here too. This series, I ran across this. After her election, a Democrat mayor announced a member of her administration. However, citizens soon discovered the man she hired to inspect private homes was convicted of kidnapping, beating, and gang raping children. And now he's facing new charges. But this is the man that she's got. A newly elected Illinois mayor kicks off her term with a scandal so disturbing that even the trustees turned against her. Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, 37 years old, caused outrage after it was revealed that one of the people that she hired as a code enforcement officer was convicted of a series of heinous crimes. Just last month, after taking office, Henyard hired a 46-year-old Lavelle Raymond to serve as code enforcement officer, and a position that requires him to enter private homes and businesses to make sure that they are up to code. The only problem is that Raymond is a registered child sex offender, and on the Illinois State Police Child Sex Offender Registry, Fox 23 News reports. There's the man right there. Yep. Okie dokie. I like his duck face. Yep. That's the mid-90s pimp face. Anyways, Redmond spent 24 years in prison for the brutal gang capital R and assault of two underage girls in 1991. He and 3 other people kidnapped the children and brought them to an abandoned garage where they took turns capital R in them. That's not good. The group then beat the girls with boards, pistol whipped them, and hit them with bricks, and then stomped on their bodies before taking their clothing and leaving them battered and naked. Now the citizens, after the are shocked and concerned that a convicted child capital arrest and registered as sexual offensive will have unfettered access to their homes, businesses, and families. And it says here, Mayor Henyard dodged all questions concerning her decision to hire Raymond, and a spokesperson for her office claimed that they were taking information very seriously and launched an investigation into Redmond's background, but refused to say whether or not he was still on the city payroll. Incredibly, he was hired to go door to door to meet with citizens. Yes. And so, yeah, there he is, and there it is, and there it is. So that's what's going on right there. So that's our news for today. And I also want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank everybody for all the new subscribers. And please spread this content out. Talk to people what's going on. We need to figure out how we can get past what they're trying to do to our country. We don't need to give in to the demoralization, because that's what we're at. Guys, I really appreciate it again. Thank you much, and I'm out.